Uh, uh, I'm not. There we
There we
go. Okay,
are.
we're,
Alrighty.
we're on screen.
Well, once again, the technical issues are catching up to us. Um,
Always.
always. Did we not sacrifice 13 cats this time? Or did we only hit 12?
I was at work all day. I couldn't do it.
Dang it. All right. Well, we owe the gremlins some more. Just a note for all those of you who cannot take a joke, we do not actually sacrifice cats. We sacrifice metaphorical cats to mostly real gremlins.
You know
Um,
what? That needs to be something we can put up on screen as like a just a pop-up real fast, which is no cats are harmed in the creation of the stream.
I do like
No
that.
real,
Yeah.
no real cats.
No real cats. All right. Welcome to the couple folks who are here, and to any who are viewing this later. My name is Brian Donahue. I am your one-legged GM. With me, as always, tonight is the awesome dev team. Around the screen, we have Michael, Jesse, and Danielle. Um, all of them very instrumental in both Restore Core and the other handbook, as well as developing new stuff and the discoveries stuff that we're doing right now. So, um, lots of fun stuff going on. Let me see here. Emmer Nugget. Sorry for screwing that up, but welcome to the stream.
I think it's a mere nugget.
Amir Nugget. I screw up pronunciations all the time.
That's what I'm guessing.
So, anyways, so tonight is just a nugget.
Got it.
Got it. All right. Well, Nugget, thank you for joining us. Tonight's another Hidden Worlds Discoveries, and the reason the page is blank is because we don't have a clue what we're doing tonight. So we have a couple different options of we can work on a team, whether it's an actual OTA team or an independent team, or we can work on a setting. Thoughts, ideas, and yes, for those of you, for the now 6 viewers who are joining us, awesome. For the 6 viewers who are joining us, any thoughts? So what we do, if you've not been here before, we are doing live world building for my world, our world now, the Hidden Worlds, which is our game. It's right up there somewhere. Yes, audience suggestion stream. Absolutely imp.
The pretty book.
Yeah, that's the pretty book. Mine is somewhere around here. I may be able to find it.
And because of this book, they do not need to be humans.
That is true. That is true.
How
So
many hours did you and I put into that thing?
Way too much.
Oh my.
So
we had
this
fun.
is the not so pretty, but still very pretty because I like Scott Rosema's artwork on it. Pretty. This is the game book, Hidden Worlds Refined Core. It is a modern day urban fantasy tabletop role playing game. We are building the world for this live. So what we do tonight is canon, whether I like it or not.
So in this particular stream, we just tossed it out there because we really couldn't think of anything, and we were all busy today. Why not let the audience decide what we make?
Yep, absolutely. We normally have an off week in between streams. We did a stream last week, but we are literally one stream, aka tonight's stream, away from actual affiliate status. So we thought we'd go ahead and do the stream. That being said, we're all brain dead from work, so
we usually start with either a group who's going to be fighting the baddie, or the setting
Yep.
and where we're going to do it, and then we can go from it.
So any suggestions from the audience? Because yeah.
We'll take location, including time period, because why not?
Right.
Except Victorian, it's taken.
Except for Victorian.
Except for Victorian London.
London. So, yes.
We've done Victorian New Orleans before, but except for Victorian London. and for sci-fi, because that's currently being built, hopefully to be released this fall. Knock on wood.
So
But
there are your teasers for upcoming content.
yes. So, thoughts on any suggestions from the audience as to what you folks want to see?
We do want to stay away from cultural
We
things
do,
that we have no idea, don't know enough about to actually give
yeah,
it
we
justice.
we do retain veto power.
Yes,
Yes.
always. Let's see. Let's see. We've done recently. We've done Great White North.
We could do a time period, absolutely.
Sure. What's the time period you thinking about, Nugget? Yes, I realize there's a delay, so there's this awkward pause while we're waiting.
And sky's the limit. It doesn't
Legitimately.
have to be. Yeah, this
We've
setting
worked
is
with weirder.
adaptable enough that we can do a lot with it. Just have to like adjust. Computers mean something completely different in the Victorian era, so so we do more like clockwork. And so on and so forth. But usually it's not too much of a spread. Do you have a favorite time period?
Or one that you want to see us butcher. Either one.
Oh yeah, no, we are totally down for that. 1700s.
Okay,
All right.
so are we
Okay.
thinking more? Let's see. So would that be
1700s.
pirates,
That is
colonists? Wasn't that also
Yeah.
French? Wasn't that also? Am I thinking too
I mean, there's
late or
all
too
kinds of
early for the Three Musketeers?
there's exploration.
Looking it up right now.
1700s was a
1700s.
lot of stuff. The world was opening up
Very
to the
much so.
detriment of a lot of people.
All right, all right.
Renaissance stuff. All right.
Oh, we've never touched Renaissance.
We've not.
I think we've hinted towards it because it came up for a few things, but no, we've never done Renaissance.
Do we want to hit Renaissance? Thank you so much, Nugget. Renaissance, do we want to hit Europe? Or do we want to go to like
I'm inspired.
All right, Michael.
Because this is something we talked about a long time ago, but never did it as anything more than a joke.
All right.
So, I will set this up. The Renaissance man, as it's referred to, was someone who specialized in many things. So you have, your painters, your things like that.
Right.
And I believe two very famous Renaissance men are Michelangelo and Da Vinci.
Yes.
Okay. Allow me to. You have Michelangelo versus Da Vinci in the War of Golems.
I feel like we're doing Tesla versus Edison.
It's 100% Tesla versus Edison, but Michelangelo's are all marble golems, and Da Vinci's are all clockwork. Golems.
I'm not opposed to that necessarily.
How do you feel about that, Nugget? As you were the one who said Renaissance, it is something we had like touched on so long ago, and we thought it'd be hilarious.
Is there anything else we could work into that?
Oh, 100%.
So what part of the 1700s are we talking about? My knowledge of history is not in that area.
Okay, so we have Michelangelo, Donatello, Botticelli, Da Vinci, Raphael. Shakespeare earlier?
They did say that they love some golems, especially if the two dudes play mind games with each other. So they're 100% human artificers that cast with the faith of art.
Did we break Brian already?
All right, I'm going to throw it out there.
They have friends who are Fae. They have friends who are Fae. They fuel the rivalry.
I'm just going to throw it out there because it's weird, and y'all can say no. It's
Enemies
fine.
to lovers. Better. It got better.
What if? All right, you started naming off the artists because, of course, and those, of course, immediately made me think of TNMT, right?
Of course.
That's where my brain went immediately.
What if those presences, minds, souls, whatever, got transferred, trapped in their own golems, and they actually became cryptids in New York, where the TNMT idea came from.
I kind of like leaving it in the 1700s in like Italy, your Renaissance stuff. Like,
Okay.
oh yeah.
I've got ages.
So yeah,
Okay.
Da Vinci versus Michelangelo is very possible.
All right.
I do like the enemies to lovers.
It's disturbing, but works.
It's us.
Uh-huh.
It's not even disturbing.
So we're actually talking not the 1700s at this point. We're talking the 1500s, late 14s and early 15s.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
1450.
talking. Yeah.
Right around probably 1500 ish.
Yeah. Yeah, because Da Vinci died in 1519, so and Michelangelo would have been 25 at that point.
You're not wrong,
that is
it is kind of classic at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again, Jesse.
I said maybe this is just a prompt for a short story that you're going to have to write.
I know, that's terrible. Okay. So
and when you consider like, okay. Who I know Michelangelo was very much supported by the church, which is why he has a lot of church statues. What about Da Vinci? What was Da Vinci? Who was Da Vinci's
I think
patron?
most of the major artists then were supported by, I mean, that's where the term patron came from, basically.
But yeah.
Da Vinci got put under house arrest.
Da Vinci's patrons looks like the Medicis, Cesare Borgia, and Ludovico Sforza. And he also spent some time in the service of King Francis I.
And he and Michelangelo were considered rivals. They're spoken about in the same, and it's especially since they did study anatomy, astronomy, botany, cartography, painting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, we could do this. So no, that's it. Okay, so Michelangelo is funded by the church, and they help him empower his golems.
Who was his actual patrons? Was it the church? Yeah.
Michelangelo's patron, his greatest patron, Pope Paul III. And also the Medici family.
Look, Medici's were playing both sides.
The Medici's just had money overthrowing it.
You got the Pope and the Medici's versus the Borgias and the Medici's. There's nothing that can go wrong there.
Same family.
And the King of France is. So
and the King of France.
A couple of them, yeah.
This is fantastic. You can't, like.
So you got France versus Italy, basically.
I mean, yes, that was normal anyways. Da Vinci versus Michelangelo. Let's see here.
I know. Where are we going with this? Have we figured that out?
Contests.
Oh, a series of competitions?
A series of competitions, whether it was
like that idea.
martial contests or something like that, that they were like almost shadow war type deals.
Sorry, what?
Shadow War, like having something else decide what would using champions to decide something.
Interesting. And then we have to wait for Brian to type.
Yeah.
We need voice to text. As badly as that
Mhm.
will be written.
Oh, it would be horrible.
Yes.
Delete that.
Nugget, thank you so much for the suggestion. This tangent is amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So War of the Golems.
War of the Golems.
All right. So why were they fighting against each other other than just artists?
Okay. Let's look at some political stuff between, since it's France versus, let's look at the 1700s and what was going on between
Where's
France.
Michelangelo from? Are they both? What is their background? I don't.
Well, I just
Google.
found Da Vinci's paintings were rooted in his love for science and nature, while Michelangelo was more interested in the perfect beauty of the human body.
I'm surprised you got a pope to sign on board with that. Anyways,
Well, that was before people shamed the body.
that's fair.
Oh yeah, during the Renaissance period, it was
So
Vinci was born near the town of Vinci, Tuscany.
Okay.
And Michelangelo was born in Caprese, Michelangelo, Italy.
So they're both Italian. Should have known.
Oh yeah.
that.
Yeah, which is near Tuscany too. So they were both basically from the same area.
They probably, I mean, they were both major artists. They knew each other. You knew that. I mean, you know that.
Oh, they were
Eventually.
rivals.
If they're within if they're within a day
It
or
seems
two
there
of
was
each
an
other.
actual rivalry.
So why are they building? Why is it the War of the Golems?
I'm
Let's
working
think
on
about
it.
this.
I'm looking at historical stuff.
What was Italy
This
involved
article
in?
literally says, and the winner is higher education.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
Interesting. I'm like, what do they have in common? They both dissected cadavers. Okay.
Who didn't back then?
Not if they were studying the human body. So
Their
Da
age
Vinci
is
was 20 years
75.
Michelangelo Sr. They led to clashes whenever circumstances such as simultaneous commissions for cartoons at the Palazzo Vecchio brought them face to face. So basically, they fought every time they met each other because they were always up for the same gigs.
Because they were rivals. Because they were great artists and rivals.
And they were up for the same gigs for the
Okay.
patrons, basically.
Okay, so who wanted the golems? Who wanted to hire them for the best golems?
Well, we've got the King of France as one supporter and the Pope on the other side.
Right, but I'm thinking about one
It's the
patron.
family.
Was
It's
it
the family
Medicis?
for both of them.
The
For both
Medicis?
of
The
them.
Medicis.
Yep.
I like
Yep.
that. I like that
Different
a lot.
factions of the same family are
All right.
trying to out art
please.
each other.
They're not even trying. They're just bored.
No, the
They're
Medici
bored
said,
rich
all right, here's the thing, is the Medici said, all right, we want a group of animated golems to do our bidding, whatever that is. So which one of you can create the better golems? And we'll test them all, and then whoever wins, that's who gets the commission. Why not?
You know what's tough about this, though, is if Michelangelo only really cares about the perfect beauty of the human body, it seems like Da Vinci's got this one in the bag.
Well, that's the thing. it's two different paths to
Right.
creating the golems. One is creating them out of marble because
Right.
They only come to life if, in this
Animated?
case, if they're
Gargoyles?
correct, if they're perfect
Yeah.
in each of their eyes. They need that faith to get them to work.
wait, hold
Oh,
on.
God, I
They're
love
created.
that. Yes.
They're created others. They're animated.
Yeah, they only come to power when they decide that's perfect.
Medici's want to have a
Oh, wait,
force
hold on.
of-
Michael,
Jesse just tossed something out there that I kind of love more than I thought I would. Michelangelo is the father of golems of the gargoyles, because he did true they're the designs for golems that they're the designs for golems, but they had so much faith that they actually came to life, could reproduce, and became cryptids.
When were golems created? When were golems first created?
we were putting them in the we had them in the Victorian era.
Golems or gargoyles?
Sorry, gargoyles.
Yeah,
We don't have a date on it.
We did talk about it having them in the Victorian era, so
We know they're in
I
Victorian.
mean, that makes sense.
But we don't have like a pure. This
Someone
is when
look
they
up
started.
and see when gargoyles started appearing on buildings.
1200.
well, the height of them basically.
So they were created in the English Gothic period, which was style of medieval, blah, 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 around the year 1200. Lasted until about 1540.
So they started 1540.
They
So
ended
in
for a reason, 'cause
1540,
they actually came to life.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it
And
when
then
a
the
plan
paranoia
comes
was
together.
too
All
great,
right.
They couldn't do it.
And that was
So-
about 20 years before Michelangelo died.
So the
Hi, Tiki.
Medicis.
Thank you for joining.
So the Medicis. Do I have? Is my chat behind? Huh.
No, they didn't talk. I just saw them
Oh.
pop up.
Okay.
Still there.
So the Medicis wanted a force of gargoyles to be better, instead of just the stone statues. They wanted gargoyles to actually protect their holdings.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
And the
a
church
lot of sense.
loved this because it means the gargoyles could also protect
The churches,
their
right?
churches. Which we did actually have that in our histories, that the gargoyles very much protected the churches.
Each one force gargoyles to do the building. So this is a dual commission by the Pope and the Medicis as a contest. Oh my gosh, this is actually going to be fun.
What isn't it?
It's fair.
We're a fun group.
So while Michelangelo's golems are the marble statues, Da Vinci's are your more grotesques.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
It's like Da Vinci would err on the side of animatronic or something, though.
Right.
Well, that's
mechanical.
well,
you
it's
know?
Yeah.
worse. Yeah, that's why like his look very animalistic because they have claws and
Right.
spikes, horns, because that's more weapons. While
I'm just thinking movement-wise more than anything else.
oh yeah,
Oh my gosh. I just looked up images of gargoyles and there's an alien. Like from the movie Alien.
Oh yeah, people. Unfortunately, pictures are now mixed up with AI pictures, so you get
Yeah.
or modern things people have stuck in and then put up.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So
Someone was like, "Oh, look, this on this facade, this one has a cell phone." It's like, yeah, it was added 15 years ago.
You do realize we could potentially make it so that the David statue is actually just a sleeping golem or a sleeping gargoyle.
I'm not opposed to that.
When the
There's a
threat was
lot.
greatest.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are we making this into more than just a one-on-one player game?
Um,
Well, this
because
is
we're
more
not
this
because we're
this-
not creating Da Vinci and Michelangelo. We're creating the gargoyles.
which are playable in the other handbook.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're building their history.
yeah.
This is a
Yeah,
lore dump. Is this just a
Nugget.
lore dump?
This is a lore dump.
This is Lord Dump. Yeah, Nugget. Yeah, definitely his proportions are weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, Nugget, thank you so much. We are going down a, I would say rabbit hole, but this is a gargoyle hole at this point.
Yep.
Yes.
Completely.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get tired of typing Da Vinci and Michelangelo a lot.
I just realized how much Da Vinci probably hated the David statue
Oh yeah.
because of the proportions. Because Da Vinci was all about the science, the perfection, the human things. The Vitruvius man, Vitruvius.
Yep.
I think
Mhm.
that's what it was.
Yes, I think so. Okay. So now we have the overall.
You know what I love about this? Da Vinci is long thought to have made sculptures, but since his death in 1519, no three-dimensional work of art by him has ever been identified.
Hmm.
Because they're walking around.
They got up and walked away.
Because they're all
Yep.
living, walking around beings.
Yeah, we could go other places with that, which I really like. Which means in our history, and now apparently canon as I speak it,
Yeah,
is
this all becomes canon.
Da Vinci lost because his
This fight.
gargoyles this particular war, his gargoyles, his automatons aren't seen anywhere. And most, let's face it, most gargoyles are made out of stone or marble or whatever. So Michelangelo won the actual war of gargoyles. Oh God, this has to become a story at some point.
Which is why Michelangelo is considered the father of the gargoyles.
I like it.
Maybe it was based purely either on like aesthetics or on being discreet. Because if the gargoyles can just be posted on buildings and
So it's got to be actually. Let's hang on, because I think for tonight we're gonna do. Let's set up. This is the one shot. We're setting up the one shot. Next time we'll create the gargoyles. Okay.
We've already created them.
No, I mean we'll actually create the specific gargoyles and the teams that are running this gauntlet.
Okay.
We'll create the player characters.
I feel like this could actually be a two-part because there could also be like a preemptive. You are their assistants trying to sabotage each other.
Could very well be.
That's the
Could very well
one
be.
shot. The one shot is you trying to sabotage.
I still like the one shot being the players playing gargoyles and competing in this.
Okay, it's a
is this
two-shot
just like
now.
they're going through like a gauntlet of challenges? Or...
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically gargoyle wars. I'm going to screw
Gargoyle
that up at some point.
gladiators. The old
Let's see.
American gladiators with having to go through stuff.
Yep.
Gladiator
Hold on.
Gargoyle
Italian,
ninja.
Italian gargoyle warrior.
Gargoyle.
Hmm.
I'm
Was
sorry.
there
I
any
just
weird
thought about the
bread and
worst
circus?
thing possible. I need to look up the history of the Colosseum.
Did you see what Nugget put in the
I know. I want to
chat?
know
Yeah.
what bread and circus
It was
was
so
happening in the
great.
the 1500s too.
Oh,
'Cause
good.
the only thing I can think for them was entertainment during the 1500s was beheadings. So
Well, I'm kind of curious.
Thank you,
when it
Nugget. I'm
was-
stealing that. I'm just saying.
I'm just curious as to when.
Gargoyle leaders.
Actually, I like pulling this into gargoyles instead of golems because that makes it even funnier, frankly.
Okay, that's what was happening in the Colosseum. Animal baiting. It wasn't a good time.
During the Renaissance.
Yeah, entertainment of the 1500s and animal baiting is one of them. And yes, there was a lot of it. They were doing that at the Tower of London too.
Yeah, yeah. There were some. You know what? There was one really cool event that happened in the Colosseum during this time.
Gargoyle leaders.
Gargoylators.
Gargoyle leaders.
Nice.
Dig it. Yep. All right.
So now you have your setting. It's happening at the Colosseum.
Yep. All right.
I feel like we've broken Brian.
Pretty exclusive invite list there.
Why? As far
Oh
as
no,
we're
it would
concerned-
be it would be everybody.
Everyone.
This would be a huge money raising event. And then somebody afterwards would have to, like
True, but
flashy thingy the crowd to make sure they
Is there
didn't
a
remember
row?
the magic.
Yeah.
What magic?
Whatever,
Was it
whatever
arrow
the
or
version
something?
of flashy thing you get the 1500s would be.
yeah.
I'm sorry. You have the Pope doing and all of the cardinals doing mass ritual spells.
It would be
Just a
it would
little
absolutely be
extra-
miracles. Yep.
It's just a little extra incense over the stadium for the day.
Yep.
They made so much money that day.
Like, I don't remember what we did today, but I know we had fun. Some money's missing, but I mean, I guess we had to eat. I don't know.
Okay, so
Oh, well, honestly, you wouldn't have to make people forget. You would just make them think that they saw actual people going through these
yeah,
contests.
it's true.
That's true. Just that'd be easier than making them forget entirely.
All right.
I mean,
So
because we make them forget entirely, that's giving the Pope way too much power.
Yeah, and that's
I
not the
mean,
Pope's
maybe
style. The
that's why
Pope
they
is more
fought
about
over
the Pope is more about manipulating things. At least this one is. Then you hit the Dark Ages where then you hit the Dark Ages where they're about making everyone forget everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
Actually,
True.
the Dark Ages would very much because these are 15. No, that was pre. This is
Yeah.
Renaissance, so we're coming back into it. Yeah, no, we'd have to do it this way
Because
because I
this
was
is
thinking,
followed by the Age of Enlightenment.
yeah, the Age of Enlightenment.
All right, so let's talk about these Italian
Reformation,
gargoyle
that's what it
warriors
was. Oh, jeez,
contests.
the Reformation happened. People found out.
Yep.
That's what happened right after all this.
Yeah, there's a whole lot that happened after this.
Yeah, the Spanish Inquisition.
Never expect it.
I mean, can you imagine like half their job was just literally going and telling people, no, magic does not exist.
And we're going to beat you until you actually agree with that. Yes.
Do not question how we got here this fast.
Hold on.
Right.
There are 5 lights, 4 lights above them.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm
Okay.
still thinking of history of the world. Bring out the nuns.
Bring out the nuns.
Yep. All right. So
Tangent.
I need to, you know what? It would almost be worth it to like write or contact the wonderful Mel Brooks in some way to get permission to use Takamata. Though I think Takamata is an actual historical figure.
I think
Yes.
he is.
yes, he is.
So
He's
Because-
in the public domain.
he is in the public domain. The worst thing about him, is that you can't talk about anything.
I think that joke is public copyright.
All right. So what contests were these gargoyles
Oop,
put in? And
lost
apparently
Jesse.
we have a missing Jesse, which means Danielle is divided. All right.
I
All
was
right,
not
That's
saying.
funny.
Jesse will get back to us very quickly. You folks,
right.
I lead so I don't look weird.
here
Oh,
comes
there she is.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse's coming back.
There she
We
is.
have Jesse.
We have a Jesse. Cool.
All
Alrighty.
right.
I just did an
Um,
extra
I don't
big
know why it's
window.
doing that, but
So what are we going to what are we going to make these gargoylators? Thank you, Nugget. Do
I think first would be tests of agility.
okay. So let's think about what we have to. They have to do agility,
Strength.
strength,
Strength.
strength for sure.
Dexterity.
Endurance.
Where they fall to pieces.
and combat.
Oh yeah, the combat is the last one. An all-out fight between all of them.
The ones to survive wins.
I mean, we're literally creating, the Gargoyle Olympics.
Of course.
So I think.
How many times is Brian going to do that tonight?
the Garlympics.
Garlic.
Yep.
I would say you can combine the strength of test and endure. We can do the contest of.
I mean, we should probably put these in terms
the-
of
it's
our
the-
gaming system.
It's the Garlympics pentathlon.
So for endurance, it is going to be obviously a marathon.
Marathon. Oh wait, hang on. Let me do that right. Marathon plus. It can't just be straight running.
So more of a triathlon, maybe.
Actually, triathlon would make sense.
A
If it
triathlon.
was like
They have to run. They have to fly. They have to swim.
I was gonna say
No, swim
they
or
can't
sink.
can't swim.
That's where Da Vinci's pull ahead. Da Vinci's probably might be able to swim the way he would build them, and the rest is just how fast you can walk along the bottom of the river.
You say the rest. Are you telling me the rest would actually sink like a stone?
Just maybe.
while being chased by something.
Oh, I mean, we could just set the lions on them.
Lions wouldn't worry them.
I know.
Well, not because these are currently golems. They aren't our gargoyles, or they aren't our winged cryptids yet. Which
Yeah.
They are if they got flight.
They glide.
They
fall
glide.
with style.
They
They
fall.
fall with
That's right. They
style.
do fall with style, don't they?
That's what we decided. They fall with style.
Triathlon while being chased by.
So just at some point they have to like jump off a cliff.
Hold on. Chased by the Swiss Guard. I tried.
My first thought was vampire, and then, like, where's the incentive?
We're
Because
too-
there's
I
no
know.
blood in those.
I believe we're too early for vampires officially.
I think we are actually.
Or just the very
Very,
oldest. where-
very early because you've got actual Vlad the Impaler.
yeah, Vlad
yeah.
is the first. When is
Chased
Vlad?
by mechanical contraptions.
Yeah, Vlad is horribleness was 1448 to 1476. So yeah, just be.
So
So there's
they
only
have to do a
some that,
triathlon while being chased by mechanical contraptions created by the opposite artist. So Da Vinci's are
I
chased by
love it.
Michelangelo's. Michelangelo's are chased by something Da Vinci created.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh, so we can have some roles for how effective their assistants spied on each other.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Um,
All right.
Get
So
a
there's our
better bonus.
endurance. How's our
Str-
honestly, like all of these except for combat should be while being chased by.
Yeah.
Well, for strength, I think we could make that as simple as heavier stones
Mm-hmm.
are being thrown. How, like, basically it's you're throwing stones and the stones just keep getting heavier, and once you hit a certain point,
Yep.
it's just whoever, it's like could be best 5 out of 7 tosses.
What is this? The Scots?
Yep.
You know what? Sometimes you go simple. Notice, hey, I didn't say caper. I say or caper.
Caper's just one of them. One of their things is just throwing a big stone.
That is
It's
true.
it's not capers. It's columns. It's Roman columns.
I love it.
Column tossing. It's column tossing.
Oh,
Nugget, you caused this. Nugget, this is all your fault.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
We are putting this squarely as your fault.
All right. So we now have agility.
Obstacle course.
While being chased. Yep, that works.
Oh, just actually, it doesn't even have to be changed. Very dangerous obstacle course would be more than good enough.
Once
That's
again,
true.
designed by
And
the opposite side.
opponent.
Okay, so literally you'll have two characters. You'll have the apprentice and you will have your gargoyle. So it'll be back and forth on, you're either rolling as how good did the apprentice create the obstacle course with Da Vinci's assistant or Michelangelo's assistant, and then the gargoyle actually rolling to survive it.
I could almost see this could be really, really interesting, because you could have players, not necessarily the apprentice, but you could have players having to choose specific gargoyles for specific tests.
Basically, you have a team. You're going to do
Yeah.
the race.
Challenges.
You're going to do the throwing.
Yep. And it's going to be a matter of the apprentice character is the one that chooses. And there goes Jessie again. She'll be back. It's fine. But and she's back. So the apprentice helps choose the gargoyles that's actually going to compete, but they can only use each gargoyle once. So no matter how many players you've got at the table,
I like that.
you kind of have a team of 6 or 7 or 8 or 10, however many we want to come up with. And it's basically, all right, if you've got 4 players or 5 players at the table, assign them specific roles. Say, all right, run with these gargoyles, and then you kind of fight between you figure out which ones you're going to run. I think that could actually be really, really fun. Yeah.
And like I said, there'll actually be like a pre-plotting of what is the obstacle course. And you literally split teams.
I don't know if we want to do that, or we want to just when we're fleshing out this one shot, we flesh out as a design team, we flesh out the danger levels, the general overall of the obstacle course, and let the GMs go nuts. Because let's face it, they're far more diabolical against their players than we are. Well, maybe not me.
But
That's
the
a whole other
endurance
issue.
and the stuff would be opposed rolls.
Right.
Yeah.
Dangerous obstacle course.
Have to be.
It's artist. Okay, so we need dexterity, and then we'll get into combat. So dexterity, what's their dexterity?
Agility is physical movement. Dexterity is more your hands.
Okay.
The close to
Infiltration.
APC thing.
Maybe
They
trying
have
to
to
get
it's
into some place to get something.
Ocean's
to retrieve
11.
something.
It's a capture the flag.
Oh, I like that.
but it's hidden flex.
I just had a thought. Instead of stuff being created by the opposite artist, I think maybe they brought so that neither side would have any advantage or anything like that. They could have brought in a third party game master, someone who would have developed all this stuff because, like we discussed, they some of the activities that were happening in this, there were people who ran that. So there's definitely people who would be like, "Oh, you want some games? We could do some games." So by a third party.
All right.
I
I
mean,
can live with that.
especially considering we're not going to do the hey plot with the other ones up against.
Right.
So the obstacle course is created by a third party.
So we do have Raphael and Donatello. Yes, we still got our Ninja Turtles here.
I think we absolutely lean into that.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, you could literally have the mechanical automatons being chased by the bear baiters.
Yep.
They're
All
like,
right.
wait, so these things aren't going to actually like feel this is gonna be fun. You
Yep.
want us to break things? Sure.
All right. Capture the hidden flag.
Guarded by the third.
Okay, not Donatello is out because Da Vinci was a teenager when Donatello died.
Okay.
Uh,
We can pick some other famous artist or bad
I'm
guy.
looking, yeah, I'm looking to see what I can find. See if anything
I'm
pops up.
sure. You know what? I'm sure the Medici knows. The Medici.
Yeah.
This all takes place in the Colosseum. Would it be logistically too difficult to have the well, I guess they're setting the stage either way. If they're gonna have I was gonna say for the flags to be hidden.
Yeah, I
But
think
if
it's
we're doing an obstacle
doable.
course, I mean that's set up anyway.
This may not be able to all take place in the Coliseum. I think maybe it starts at outside town, but the final
Just some more
combat is
public
probably in
parts.
the final combat and award is in the Coliseum.
Yeah, and plus you could do something like this can take place. This could have been a week's worth of games.
Right.
So they would have had a day, like
True.
a day between each to reset the stage.
Yeah, and remember during the Olympics, even then, not everything took place in the Coliseum.
Right. Okay.
Like the
The marathon does not happen at the Coliseum. They don't run in a circle around and
Right.
around and around and around. God, that would be tedious.
Not like
Is
high
this
school.
is this
Nightmares.
one-on-one combat, 2-on-2 combat,
Nope.
squad on squad?
Oh yeah. It is a every
It's the last event.
it's the last event.
Squad. I mean what?
And for some reason, it's worth so many points that it's winner take all.
Regardless
Oh,
of whether it
no.
would be. Yep.
Yeah, oh, of course.
'Cause
Oh
it's
no.
literally who's left.
Yeah, whatever's not too destroyed to be used.
Yeah, the early ones are more about demonstrating your ability. This one is actually who is the superior, who made the superior model.
All right.
Canonically, it was the stone people.
Canonically, Michelangelo's team won.
Mhm.
But I kind of dig this idea as a one shot. Wow. Okay. So I think next we would have to create the gargoyles and the opposition. Whether it's Medici, the guards, the whatever that opposition is.
Honestly, yeah. I mean,
I think at this point we're gonna make it an early night. We've been on for about 50 minutes or so. I think we're gonna make it an early night tonight because we're gonna end it here, so we can come back clean next time. It'll probably be 2 weeks before we do this, before we resume and make the gargoyles again, because we've got we normally take a week in between to do some other stuff. Which, by the way, I know we were going to talk about this a little bit tonight. We are going to be doing an actual play on our every other Wednesday night. So we're going to do our discoveries and an actual play. So we're going to try to do something every week. That actual play we are working on. How much can I give away without spoiling it?
You know what? More details to come. Stay
More
tuned.
details to come. Yep. We're also going to be adding another player. And if all goes well, I will not be the GM. Actually, our amazing WD-42, Danielle, will be taking over the GM reins if all goes well. Little spoiler, we may be bouncing back and forth between two different time periods, two different teams.
We'll see how that works.
We'll see. Maybe. But yeah, it's going to be fun. That's coming probably... it'll be easily July before we actually launch our first one of those, because we still have to do some background stuff.
We still have to make characters.
Yeah, we got to make characters.
Yes,
we got to do a little bit of testing, make sure the group coalesces a little bit before we get into it. But with that being said, for those of you who joined us tonight, and Nugget, thank you so much for being the amazing. Thank you. I think, for what you gave us. No, seriously. And now this is all canon in my world, in our world.
So what we've come up with is something we didn't have before: the history of the gargoyles.
Yep.
Yeah. Sure do.
More drop.
Brian's got more book ideas.
So
I don't have enough time to finish the books I already have ideas for. But anyways.
I just realized something with us coming up with
This will be so fun.
It means that the church literally put their in love right. Two dudes canonically. They'll never tell. We'll never tell. But as far as I know, they were both eternal bachelors.
They're just trying to get each other's attention.
But I was gonna say, this means that the initial creation of the gargoyles was a massive ritual done by the Pope, cardinals, and Catholic Church.
With probably a few,
Always a conspiracy.
And it'd be two different ones, because it would be the one for the mechanicals for Da Vinci and the one for the marbles from Michelangelo.
Well, the initial, of course, like they probably only had like squads of 5 for the initial testing, but when they brought the rest to life,
yeah, that would be that's some amazing ritual stuff right there.
That is a massive. No, that wouldn't work. No, wrong time period. But that is a massive collection of gathering of power, and wow.
Yep. Real quick, coming up, we've got these. The card game is officially cleared customs as of today in Chicago. We're just waiting for it to hit the warehouse and get delivered here.
Yay.
My office. Card game is coming. We will be doing a soft launch on that July 6th at Kogan Con in Grand Haven, if any of you are in West Michigan. We will also be doing a hard launch, big launch at Capital City Comic Con the weekend after that, July 12th through the 14th, 13th through the 15th, whatever weekend that is. I don't know anymore. It's too many dates, but that'll be fun. I'm a guest at both. We're going to be doing some panels at both. And yeah, I'll be there. David will be there. He's my co-conspirator in the game. One of the co-conspirators. And Rob O'Neill, who's the major artist for the game, will also be at both of those. And hopefully they will be located in local game stores here in West Michigan. And if you're interested in getting the card game or the role playing game or all of it into your friendly local game store, drop me a note. Have them drop me a note. Let me get in touch with them. I do wholesale to game stores as well, and if they're anywhere close to any of us, I can make sure that we get in there and actually run some demos as well. So there's that. Up in the pinned comment is our website, which is getting merch added by the day. A lot of merch so far. Lots of t-shirts, some brand new water bottles, which I'm kind of really enjoying that water bottle right now. Yes, it's definitely not a mimic. Probably. And lots of new t-shirts. All of that's on the website. Join our Discord server. It's small but growing and friendly, very friendly. And then, of course, YouTube for any of our past videos, including we did an entire web series called The Misadventures of the Restore Corps, and where all three of my devs were part of the team. Let's just leave it at that. They were not frontline art agents to begin with. Probably still shouldn't be afterwards, but
We weren't even midline.
no, you were not.
Right. We didn't want it.
Yeah, we didn't want the job. We did it. We didn't want it.
I mean, we liked this world, so
Per
I
usual.
guess we had to.
You did kind of actually save the world
Right.
too. It was kind of nice.
Did we? Did we?
Well,
We had help.
mostly. Sure, you had help,
I
but you
tried.
mostly saved it.
Yeah, we did have help for sure.
So, anyways, all of that's up on our website and on YouTube. Other than that, thank you so much for joining us. And the new people who have joined us, and for Nugget, especially for the absolutely insane Da Vinci versus Michelangelo discussion that we got into, which is now canon in our world. So, thank you very much.
It's canon they were flirting.
Yeah.
Anything else from you folks? You guys in anything?
I mean, I will be at OMG Con this weekend and Origins next weekend. I will not have any of our gaming stuff there. We unfortunately are not in Origins or Gen Con. Someday we hope to be.
It's a whole nother level to be in one of those conventions.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I said
As a
someday
vendor.
we hope to be.
Yes.
Um,
Is Bard and Broad going to be at? Is that why you're at Origins?
Yeah.
Bard and Broad's cool stuff. Michael works for them. It's corsets and like all kinds of stuff.
Corsets, clothing, both masculine and feminine, steampunk, adventurer's gear, leatherworking, glassware, fandom pins,
all kinds of cool stuff, legitimately.
Yep.
So, I know Danielle, you've got a Twitch channel that you do your crocheting on, right?
Crocheting and other little crafts and things like that. I'd probably be working on some cosplay stuff. Now that I'm starting to catch up on assembling plush.
Cool.
So just click on my name and follow, if you will.
Yep.
I can't shout out myself, apparently.
Yeah, and I think we're also looking at maybe doing some dev stuff over on that channel.
Yep, which would be really, really cool. Because, by the way, Michael and Danielle are the ones who are going to be responsible for. I mean, they are creating the Victorian London setting, and from what I know of it so far, I have been mostly hands off on purpose, and it's going to be awesome. Well done.
Oh, what were you saying?
It will probably actually be streaming to Brian's channel from my channel.
Yeah, we're looking at doing a little.
Which after tonight,
you,
we should be able to do actually, because we'll be affiliates. Thank you so much for all of you who have helped us get to that point. Jesse, are you doing anything online or anything right now?
Oh, not yet. Maybe eventually a knitting stream. We'll see.
Okay, I hope so.
Do you have a
Um,
channel yet, or
I have, yes, I believe,
there?
yes.
There,
But I don't have
shouted you
anything
out.
up on it
Yep.
yet.
Yep.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. Just slash shout out and then the @
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what it is? Okay.
So
We'll
can
get
you
you some
not
follow.
shout out your own?
Can't. I don't know. Either that's a restriction you have or you have set or something. Who knows?
All
Not
right,
a big
let's see
deal.
if- Well,
We
I'm
can
going
do
to
a
do
raid,
it.
right?
So let's see if I can do it.
Oh, we have to wait a minute and 36 seconds before another shout out.
Wow,
Oh.
that is.
Who would I send a raid to so we can jump over onto my friend's stream? I actually shared in their stuff.
Brian has to do it. We haven't
Alright.
figured out how to do it as a mod.
All right, I will put it in our best way to send it to you, Brian.
I don't have anything open right now, and if you send me a message, it's going to. We
Messaging
saw
it.
what happened last time.
Well, you do have the chat open on OBS, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so send it into the actual chat.
Say drop it in the chat, and then I will see if I can figure out.
You can search for, when you go to the raid now, you can search for the chaotic puppers.
See if I can do that. Helps if I can spell it.
It doesn't usually default that you have to be following them to start with, so.
All right,
I
I
see.
found it. So
They click
let's
raid
see if
now.
we. So as of right now, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna jump over there in a raid, and
Yep, they are playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I thought since they're a friend, we would throw our support there.
and
we could
it
throw our support
is
there.
mature warning on the channel.
Yes, Baldur's
so,
Gate 3 is a more mature game.
All right, so we're gonna start that raid, and then I'm gonna bounce out. Let you guys do whatever you want. So thank you very much for joining us. Have a great day. Waiting.
Oh, it's going to be a long. I think you can.
Oh, you can click raid now.
Yeah, do
I
go ahead and
did.
do raid.
I did. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
We figured it out. Yeah. So Hieronymus Bosch is painting during the era. Herodias Bosch.